Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 5.
Breaking news this evening. Fargo police have just released the identity of the 65-year-old woman who was found dead in a Fargo parking lot. Police say Barbara Ann Berry had been in that parking lot for a few months. Yesterday, police responded to that parking lot at 1401 33rd Street South and found Berry deceased in her vehicle. They do not suspect foul play and believe Berry had not been reported as a missing person because she's believed to have been homeless. Authorities say they are still investigating the incident. Authorities in Valley City say a man connected to a shooting from November of 2018 has been arrested. 21-year-old Cornelius Johnson of Arizona was arrested without incident by the U.S. Marshals in Maricopa County, Arizona. Johnson will be extradited to Valley City, facing two charges, attempted murder and robbery. Police say no other suspects are being sought at this time. Valley City police are asking that if anyone has further information to give them a call, 845-3110.
I really want my car back.
A Fargo woman says she had her locked car stolen from her locked garage. And in this case, it appears she took all the proper steps to keep her car safe, short of installing security cameras. Valley News Team's Maddie Jelseth spoke with the woman who is warning others that this can happen to them.
A black Dodge Charger has been Tanya Bryan's dream car for the longest time.
It was my dream car for at least 10 years. I wanted one.
And now she's upset because her dream car was stolen from her garage.
I feel really violated, and I feel just devastated, you know, not only at the fact that I lost a car I worked so hard for, but just the thought that someone would actually do this.
Her vehicle wasn't the only thing that was stolen.
Just stripped the bicycles that we had, and they did take a home stereo system that was rather old and some speakers and went through all of my totes and things that were in the garage as well.
She says these thieves had to manipulate and maneuver the garage lock to somehow get inside.
I'm really surprised how someone could get into a locked garage and have get into a locked car.
The landlords of this apartment complex says they switch the locks of every apartment and garage for the safety of every new tenant. In Fargo, Maddie Jelseth, Valley News Live.
If you've seen this 2014 black Dodge Charger with license plate number 327CDG, you're urged to call the Fargo Police Department at the number on your screen, 235-4493. As mentioned, this story came to us through our whistleblower hotline. If you need help with an issue in your community, call the hotline number, 237-6576, and leave your tip. We'll do our best to get to the bottom of it. We are not quite out of the deep freeze just yet, but there is a light at the end of this very cold tunnel that we've been in. Before we get to that, though, Hutch, how's our evening looking?
Well, we have enough wind out there to make it still feel wind chilly. Gusts to 24 miles per hour from those south winds here in the FM area. Many of us having wind speeds in the teens, and it's been that persistent south wind that has actually brought warmer weather our way. Now, I'm not doing this to be a big meanie head, but in Miles City, Montana, it's 44 degrees above right now, 38 in Glendive, Montana, 10 below in Bemidji. That warmer air is punching our way, but that wind, along with our sub-zero temperatures, making it feel like it's in the 20s below zero. Look at your temperature trend tonight. It goes up. Temperatures will be generally steady to slowly rising as we go through the overnight hours because the wind will be persistent. We could have a few flakes of snow. In fact, there's been a few off and on here in the FM area this evening, but nothing too significant. Coming up in the long term, we get significantly warmer, Andrea, but we have a winter storm heading our way, and I'll have the latest on that in just a minute.
You looked right at me when you said meanie head, whatever that was.
Well, I don't say that every day, and I was not calling you a big meanie head.
No. I thought you were indicating that I called you that.
Some people might not like the fact that I'm showing them how warm it is just a few miles away.
I know. Thanks, Hutch.
You bet.
The cold temps gripping the Midwest are taking a toll on much-needed services. Transit buses in Rochester, Minnesota stalled in the extreme cold earlier this week, temporarily bringing services to a halt. Buses were brought to the garage for service. Officials say it was not safe to continue operations. The wind chill plummeted to about 54 degrees below zero, freezing up the fuel in the buses. The vehicles couldn't run for more than 3 or 4 hours at a time.
There was a number of issues that came from last night, but those that are familiar with diesel engines, one of the biggest issues is the engines and some of the fuel systems were gelling up or freezing. We also had some failures where some brake systems were freezing. So the process was to get them back in a warm area, change some of the fuel, add some fuel additives, change fuel filters, free up the brakes, and get them ready for service.
Petrie says buses will still be offered as warming shelters. He says people who need to board the bus to get warm should motion to the driver to get their attention. They expect to return to normal operations by Friday. A crew from Metro Transit in the Twin Cities spent the night working on a broken track. This was the light rail track on 11th near US Bank Stadium, where the blue line and green line separate. Metro Transit says the track was damaged because of the cold. Crews worked to repair it through the night, and Metro Transit now says repairs are complete. Regular services continued this morning. A 58-year-old individual was found dead in their Daisy, North Dakota home on Wednesday after Barnes County deputies responded to a welfare check. Deputies also discovered debris from a fire in the home. Officials say the homeowner had not been heard from since Saturday night. The cause of death remains under investigation, as well as the cause of the fire. A woman in Goodview, Minnesota left for work when it was extremely cold Wednesday and never made it there. 31-year-old Lee Meska was last seen Wednesday morning leaving for her job at the Mayo Clinic. Goodview police say she normally takes the bus that Mayo employees use, but she was running late and decided to drive instead. 10 police units from nearby counties are involved in the search, as well as the State Patrol and its helicopter. Meska is 5'3", weighs 125 pounds. She was driving a 2014 gray Chevy Impala. Anyone with information can call Goodview or Winona County Police. The West Fargo Police Department is reminding people to test their carbon monoxide detectors after one family's detector went off yesterday. The family says they were told to evacuate their home for safety reasons because carbon monoxide is odorless, colorless, and undetectable.
Get your batteries replaced and do your tests and get into that habit so that you don't have a unknown, unfortunate circumstance that can happen to your family.
The family is also reminding people to back out of their garage when starting their vehicles so the exhaust smoke doesn't get trapped inside. Beginning tomorrow, 3rd Avenue North in downtown Fargo will close between Broadway and 5th Street North. The closure, which was delayed due to the cold weather, is necessary for a crane that's connected to the Block 9 construction project. The closure will be in place for up to 1 week. Around the world, over 6,000 children die each day from hunger-related causes. But today and this weekend, you can help put an end to hunger. Feed My Starving Children is going to be at the Shields Arena, where they will be packing nearly 2 million packs of food to send to children in need. Each pack will feed 6 children. Volunteers are welcome to come to the Shields Arena to help pack those meals. Online donations can also be made. For this information, head to valleynewslive.com and click on this story. The Devil went down to Georgia, but not before making a stop in North Dakota. The Charlie Daniels Band is joining Travis Tritt and Jake Owen for the ND Country Fest in 2019. ND Country Fest is located in New Salem, North Dakota, at the Morton County Fairgrounds. ND Country Fest 2019 is July 11th through the 13th. Tickets are on sale right now at ndcountryfest.com.